This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
All right, hello and welcome everybody into the 2024 Titan Classic here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway with you here for Game 3 of Day 1 of the tournament. It's been a great first day, a couple of great games to get the action going with Jordan Ray on the call for those first two. A little bit of a delayed start here. Sorry, it's a few technical difficulties, but we're in just a little over a minute in to this first quarter. Edmond Memorial and Epic here. This is the third first-round game of the day here on OSN. Early 6-0 lead for the Bulldogs and make it 8-0 as Janiah Williams hits that jumper. I'll run through the lineups here real quick for you, presented by Dynamic Health Clinic. For Edmond Memorial, it's number 10, Avery Helmstead. Number 11 is Brooklyn Aska. Number 14, Taylor Morris. Number 22, Janiah Williams, who just hit that shot. Number 24 is Addie Johnson. And the Bulldogs are coached by Rachel Craybaugh. Epic Charter School, their opponent this afternoon. The starting five for them. Number 1 is Sharonika Wright. Nika Wright is what she goes by, number 1. Number 10 is Danela Biest. She is a junior, goes by Nyla. Number 13 is Heavenly Jackson. Number 21, Morgan Miller. And number 24 is Natalie Williams. And Epic Charter School coached by Savon Knight, who is a busy man, coaches 6 different teams, a lot of different charter schools across the OKC Metro, and they're excited to be here in this tournament, and they got a tough draw here out of the gate against a really good Edmond Memorial team, and there's Janiah Williams again with that bucket to make it 10-0 early lead for the Bulldogs. 5:41 here to play in the first quarter. Got a timeout here, which gives us a chance to thank our first quarter sponsor as we get kind of play catch-up a little bit here, which is Casa Juanito. It is a quick-service restaurant offering fresh and flavorful fiesta meals in Del City, Oklahoma since 1976, located at 4718 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. Glad to be with us here. Like we said, the 2024 Titan Classic, the Oklahoma Sports Network, very excited to be the exclusive broadcaster of the event once again. Obviously not quite the workload this season as it was a year ago, just a girls-only event this year, so cut the number of games in half. And like we said, off to a great start. A couple of great games to start the day. The home squad here, Carl Albert, with a big comeback win this morning to beat Bishop McGuinness, moved to the semis, and then Westmore just outlasted Putnam City Original in their matchup, which was just before us here on the floor at the Carl Albert Fieldhouse. So it'll be Westmore and Carl Albert tomorrow in the semifinals. Tomorrow afternoon, meanwhile, Bishop McGuinness and Putnam City will go toe-to-toe in the losers bracket. Here's Epic with the ball. They lose it in the backcourt, getting trapped down. That right there was Williams. And a tie-up in the air will keep it with Epic, who's the visiting team here in the blue with the white lettering, white Epic on the back. And Memorial in the home whites with that dark maroon cursive dogs and numbers on the back. Epic bringing it down the floor here. This is Wright with it, hands it off to McDonald, just subbed in. Heavenly Jackson, number 13, spin move, and her shot is blocked, but travel beforehand. Good defense there by the Bulldogs, making it tough on the Epic Charter School Comets, which if you're with us last year for the Titan Classic, on the boys' side, we had a school that we didn't know a whole lot about. Destiny Christian came in here, played really, really well. And Epic hoping to do the same, although a tough start here, down 10-0. Open three in the corner, side of the rim, no good. Rebound, putback attempt. That'll roll home for the Bulldogs. That was number 11, Brooklyn Aska, putting that one home. And it's 12-0 Memorial here at the home of Carl Albert, trying to get on to the semis tomorrow. Winner of this one will face the winner of our fourth game of the day, which will follow us here on OSN, which will be Del City and Sand Springs. Look forward to that one. I'll be on the call for that one as well here in just a little bit. 4:44 to play in the first. 12-0 early lead. Fred Memorial, obviously a dominant start for the Bulldogs, as you'd expect. One of the better teams in 6A. Certainly some high aspirations for Coach Crabaw's team. And they're coming in here looking to make a statement at a really good field, as it usually is at the Titan Classic. Here's Williams with it on the right wing. Feeds over to the left to Kirk. Kirk in the corner, pump faking it and stepping up is Johnson for a long two. Won't go. Rebound as pinballs around. Almost got her own miss. Ends up in the hands, though, of the Comets. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul called on Edmond Memorial with 4:18 to go in the first. I think that'll be the third team foul on the Bulldogs here early. Get the obligatory reminder, as most people probably know by now, the foul rule's different this year in high school basketball. 5 put you in the bonus, and it resets each quarter. Gone is the whole 1-and-1, single bonus, double bonus. That's a thing of the past as we move into this season. Still getting used to it. Wild shot here is up, won't fall for Best. And a whistle and another foul, I think, here on the Bulldogs. So obviously a dominant start for Memorial, up 12-0, nearly the midway point of the first quarter. But the foul game is the one thing not on their side, I should say, in the early part of this game. 4 fouls for the Bulldogs. Comets yet to commit one. That foul goes on Kirk, number 13, picking up her first. Here's Jackson with the basketball, being hounded. She'll give it up right side to Miller. Miller gives it back to Jackson. Past the midway point of the first quarter. Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Glad you could hang out with us on a Thursday afternoon. Driving the lane here, going right to the rim, and a tough finish for Nika Wright. Putting that one home, the 5'7" senior, a hard-fought shot at the bucket there, and gets the Comets on the board. 12-2, 3:37 to play in the first. Down the baseline here is Johnson. Scoop pass. Ends up in the hands, pump fake in the open three, and driving is Hawkins. Her shot won't fall. Putback attempt, though. That won't go either. Rim knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay at this end with the Bulldogs. 3:26 to play here in the opening quarter. Williams comes out, back into the game for M Memorial. Looked like slipping in there. I think that was Avery Helmstead, number 10, just back in. Open three, Clackums. Dropping that one down, Maddie Kirk, 5'9" sophomore, guard, putting that one in. 15-12, that's a Bobby Lewis Insurance three-pointer. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you in Choctaw and in Del City. 15-2 Bulldogs. We have a whistle here. Looks like it'll be another foul at Edmond Memorial. So there is your 5th foul. So some free throws for the Comets. That's be the second early one on Addie Johnson. So a senior starter on this Bulldog squad, and a little bit of foul trouble here early. And because of the 5th foul, there you go, putting the Comets at the line with Nika Wright. Has Epic's lone bucket so far, and that one won't roll home. 4 to follow this one, Del City and Sand Springs. Both free throws are missed there. The 2 winners of these 2 games will meet up tomorrow afternoon. The 2 losers will meet up tomorrow morning. Pull-up jumper, nice. Avery Helmstad with a nice pull-up right about the elbow to knock that one down. 17-2 Bulldogs. A fast start here for Edmond Memorial. Wild shot here won't go. Rebound is pulled in by Helmstead. 2:45 to go in the first, 17-2. Helmstead with it on the right side. Crossover move and drive right with the block. Handed off to Booker, just subbed in. Kick back out, Helmstead for 3. Rims off, no. Rebound on the floor and rained down by Hannah Hamlin. A lot of players getting into this game for Coach Craybaugh. Keep me on my toes, as Edmond Memorial's almost doing hockey line changes here in this first quarter. A lot of players getting in. 2:20 to go in the first. 17-2, Edmond Memorial leads. Crossover move by Hawkins. Kick over to Helmstead left side. Now feeds it over. Nice ball movement. Ball deflected, though. A nice turnover forced by the Comet. Start the break here with Miller. Over to Wright. She'll walk up and fire a 3 ball. Comes up short. Rebound comes out and is pulled in by Memorial's Kirk. She'll start the break back the other way, leading 17-2. Nice feed underneath the Helmstead. Can't finish it, but she's hitting fouled. And a trip to the free throw line for Edmond Memorial. $1:49 to play in the first. 17-2 lead for Edmond Memorial at the 2024 Titan Classic. Like we said, just a girls event this year, so cut the 24-game load of a year ago in half down to 12. 4 games each day. First free throw's good, makes it 18-2. A lot of subs back in for Memorial, including Jaya Williams, 22, who just subbed back in, which if you've never seen her play, you're in for a treat. Be settling in all week, a really talented player who will play at the next level, at the major level. And we'll talk about that more as the day goes on and the weekend goes on. Both free throws are good, so it's 19-2. Wright brings it down the floor. That was a backcourt violation. Thought they might get away with it for a second, but official was on it, so that's a turnover. 1:39 to play in the first, 19-2. Ed Memorial leads, and they have the basketball back. Here's Williams walking it up. This is Helmstead in the corner. Drives on her defender, spin move, feeds it off to Hamlin. Now Aska with it. Right side, Burke. Back to Williams. Helmstead, open 3-ball on the wing, comes up short. Williams trying to save it, she does. Oh, what an athletic play that was. And it feeds it right to Aska, who puts it home. That's about as athletic and impressive as an assist as you're going to get. 21-2, Memorial leads as we hear the final minute of the first quarter here. Game 3 of the 2024 Titan Classic. Wright hands it off to Jackson, number 13. Left-hand pass is stolen by Williams. Start the break for the Bulldogs. Pass ahead. Nice feed to Aska. She'll lay it home. Oh, it rolled off. I spoke too soon. Got her on miss, though. Put back, no. Got her on miss again. That won't fall. Good defense there by Jackson, hustling back. And eventually, it's going to lead to a foul. It's going to put Hannah Hamlin on the line. Aska's going to be... She can obviously joke about it. You're up 21-2, but probably some frustration there. There's a couple of layups at the rim. But in the end, it works out okay. Hannah Hamlin's going to shoot a couple free throws. First one, a high arcer, is good, 22-2. 39.8 seconds, by the way, to play in the first quarter. That foul also, to note, was charged to Berlene McDonald, a senior for this Epic Comets club. I like this routine, very fundamentally sound. Missed the free throw there, though, so split the trip, 22-2. And the Comets have it going back to the way with Heavenly Jackson leading the charge. She'll cross half court, screen set by Wright. Being hounded by Aska, trying to get some room off her. Left-hand pass to Miller. Miller to the top, back to Wright. 20 seconds to play here in the first. Hands off to Williams. That's Natalie Williams, each team with a Williams on their squad. In the corner, Wright open 3-ball, comes up short. Rebound is loose and eventually ran down and saved by Alyssa Fletcher, who just subbed in for the Bulldogs. They only got just a couple seconds here. Can they get a shot off Aska from beyond half court? And it'll come up short, and that's going to end the first quarter here in this first round game of the Titan Classic. 22-2, Edmond Memorial leads it. Second quarter on deck right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Red Plains Plumbing has been offering reliable commercial and residential services to the OKC metro area for over a decade. From new construction and remodeling to residential repair, they can handle jobs of all sizes. When you need a trusted name in plumbing, it's Red Plains Plumbing. Family owned and operated. Phone 405-769-1922. That's 405-769-1922.
Where sports is our middle name. We are the Oklahoma Sports Network.
All right, back here. Carl Albert Fieldhouse, Josh Calloway with you in the Titan Classic. Good start for Edmond Memorial. They lead at 22-2 on top of Epic as we start the second quarter. Second quarter sponsor, Buffalo Wild Wings. Tell you more about B-dubs in just a second. Nice ball movement here. Helmstead with the feed. over to Morris, who lays that home, makes it 24-2 in favor of the Bulldogs, who are flying high early, as you would expect. A really good program, coached by Crayball, and like we kind of said up the top, expecting to be in the thick of things in 6A throughout. Nice feed ahead to Williams, who's hit and fouled, and Janiah Williams will head to the free throw line, gives a chance to go ahead and thank that second quarter sponsor, which, like I mentioned, is Buffalo Wild Wings. 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Come to Buffalo Wild Wings to support your favorite Mid-Del winter sports team. Download the team card on your phone, show your waiter, and your team will get 10% of the proceeds. Williams hits the first one. And like I mentioned, if you're not familiar with Janiah Williams, she got a lot of offers, and she's going to be playing at the next level. She got a top 13. I'm not going to read all 13 as she hits them both. But to highlight a couple of, you got the in-state schools, Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, West Virginia, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Oregon, TCU, Tennessee, Louisville, Arkansas, Duke. These are the schools that are in on Janiah Williams. She's a really talented player, and excited to watch her play throughout the weekend here at the Titan Classic. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. 7:13 to play in this first half. All Bulldogs early, 26-2. As Epic Charter School, this is the first year of the program. This ball's dribbled off the foot and out of bounds. Certainly a very tough draw for anybody, but especially a program in that situation. Coach Savon Knight leading this Epic club. Has a relationship with Carl Albert head coach Kyle Ritchie, part of getting them into this event, filling out the field. Cool they got a chance to appear, and they'll play obviously a few games. Not a one-and-done situation, so they'll have the whole week at their disposal. As Williams pulls up mid-range jumper, good. Boy, that's pretty stuff right there from Janiah Williams. 6:40 to play until halftime, 28-2. Edmond Memorial way out ahead here. Ball deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets. Third of 4 games on OSN today. Like we said off the top, Del City and Sand Springs will be the final game of the afternoon. It's a very different schedule. It goes without saying. You cut the games in half, the schedule's going to be a little different. But this tournament's going to be played exclusively in the daytime. As a turn here leads to a fast break to the rim. Shot won't go. Good job by a couple of Comets players hustling back to break that up. Here's Miller, open three, too much. Rebound, pinballs out, and ends up in the hands of Aska. She'll start the break for the Bulldogs. Here's Aska going all the way to the rim through some contact, can't finish. But she's hit and fouled by Wright, and a couple more free throws coming for Brooklyn Aska. With 6:10 to play here in the second quarter, 28-2. Edmond Memorial leads. Finish the thought on the scheduling. This entire thing's going to be played in the daytime. So the schedule that is being operated with today will be more of the same. Same schedule tomorrow, 11, 12:30, 2, 3:30. Same way on Saturday with the 7th, 5th, 3rd, and, of course, championship games, respectively. Second free throw doesn't go, but Helmstead runs it down. Kick over to Aska. She'll fire a long 2. Back iron, no. Rebound, though, pulled in by Morris. She'll go to the rim. Can't quite finish. Helmstead, another rebound, though. Lots of multi-chance opportunities for the Bulldogs, although a nice job by Morgan Miller there poking that one loose. Went off the foot of Helmstead out of bounds and a turnover. Good aggressive defense by Epic on that one. Get the basketball back. 5:54 to play until halftime. This is Nika Wright bringing it up. She has the Comets' lone bucket of this game so far. Feeds it over to Best. Right side to Heavenly Jackson. Left-hand pass pulled in by Wright. She'll go down the lane. Had it stripped. Nicely done by Janiah Williams. Start the break for the Bulldogs. Good ball movement here. Open layup. Won't roll home. Williams, though, fights for the board. And she'll be fouled again. So more free throws coming for Janiah Williams as Addie Johnson couldn't quite finish that layup. It was 3-on-1 for the Bulldogs. Now we've got a full line change here from Coach Craybaugh as all 5 will swap. Back in Justice Booker, number 12. Maddie Kirk, number 13. Hannah Hamlin, number 30. Number 20 is Honesty Hawkins. And number 21, Peyton Burke, into the game. So a full 5-for-5 swap for the Bulldogs. 5:27 to play until halftime. They lead 29-2. Booker turnaround shot won't roll home. Ends up somehow getting her own miss on that. And the Bulldogs can reset their offense. Down the lane here, right-hand shot for Hawkins. Back iron, no. Got her own miss. Triple team. Now she falls to the floor, and they're going to call a travel. That's good defense by the commissaries. Didn't leave her anywhere to go. And forced the turnover. So Epic will get the basketball back. 5:05 to play until halftime. They lead 29-2. We have whistles and a timeout here on the floor. Just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay here. Been a great first day of the Titan Classic. Jordan Ray, kind of jealous. He had a couple of great games to get the day going, especially the opener. Carl Albert, Bishop McGinnis was watching that game back at home this morning. Back in fourth action. Bishop McGinnis ended up pulling out to a big 19-point lead, but the Titans on their home floor, a big-time rally, end up forcing overtime, and they got the job done in OT. A really fantastic way to start the tournament. And then Westmore and Putnam City Original played a very highly competitive game to follow, with Westmore pulling that one out. So it'll be Westmore Carl Albert tomorrow in the semifinals. I believe that game will be at 3:30 tomorrow. It will. 3:30 tomorrow, so the final game tomorrow. And that'll be a fun one. Turnover here by the Bulldogs, picked up by the Comets racing back to the way. This is Nika Wright, goes across the lane, right-hand shot won't fall, but she's bumped and fouled. So some free throws coming for Wright, as it looks like, I believe that's Hannah Hamlin, took a shot to the gut maybe for M Memorial. Looks like they're going to try and get a sub for her. So she'll sub out. Into the game comes Keegan Baker to replace her. First time we're seeing Baker, 6'1", sophomore, getting some run here. Meanwhile, a couple free throws for Nika Wright. First one's up and good. So she has all three of the Comets' points so far. We got a stoppage here. Looks like Best for the Comets maybe had some blood. Or no, there's a wet spot. Okay, Best was just going over to get a towel. So they're toweling off a spot here right in front of the Epic bench. The cause for the delay here. .447 to play until halftime. 29-3. Edmond Memorial in front in this 2024 Titan Classic first round game. Winner here, get the winner of Del City Sand Springs, which we'll have for you coming up next right here on OSN. Split the trip at the line, make it 29-3. Keep it 29-3, I should say. 4:40 to play in the first half. This is Hawkins, bounce pass in the corner to Baker, just subbed in. Kirk, right side to Burke. Underneath feed. Booker trying to get some room. And they're going to say she double dribbled there, used it with both hands. So another turnover forced. Epic's done some nice things on the defensive end. It's been tough, obviously, at times to avoid turnovers that lead to easy buckets the other way. But when they've been able to pack the paint, they've made it tough on the Bulldogs a couple of times, forcing some turnovers here. 4:14 to play until halftime. Bounce pass underneath, turnaround shot won't fall for McDonald. And the Bulldogs start the break back the other way. Here's Hawkins. Pull up, open three ball in the corner for Kirk. Airballed it long. Miller scoops it up. Start the break now with Nika Wright. 1-on-5 here. Spin move in the lane. And the shot will go out of bounds. I'm going to say it was blocked that way. Wright ended up so far ahead of the rest of her offense. It was a funny visual of 5 white jerseys surrounding Wright as she went to the rim there. They'll keep it. 3:52 to play until halftime. Inbound pass in the corner to Hawkins, or Jackson, excuse me, Heavenly Jackson. She's got the basketball back. Jab step once, goes over to the right. And she'll take it away out to the Carl Albert logo. Kind of reset things. Ooh, that's a travel. Got away from her just a little bit. Overhanded the basketball. And turned it over. 3:38 to go. By the way, for that Del City Sand Springs tilt, I'll be back on the call for that one, and Jordan's going to join me. So we'll have a little two-man action going on for that one coming up in just a little bit. did a great job with his first 2 games today. Underneath, losing it. And it looks like we're going to whistle in a foul here. I thought Baker might have just lost the handle, but they're going to say she was body checked a little bit. Just on the floor. 14 foul, though, so next one will put Memorial into the bonus. Bulldogs keep it. Here's Baker on the elbow. Left side to Burke for open for 3. That will not fall. Rebound goes up and over the basket. And it'll be out of bounds. Give it back over to the Comets. Glad you could be with us wherever you're watching from. We're live on YouTube. Also watch the games on Facebook. Obviously, oksportsnet.com. Can't forget that as well as our various apps, which you can get in an app store on your phone, but also on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, or Apple TV. All great and very accessible ways to watch Oklahoma Sports Network broadcasts. Turnover there by Epic as ball went into the backcourt. But however you're watching, we're glad you are on a Thursday afternoon. The Titan Classic. People at work, not really paying too close attention to their work, hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Got a jump ball here, and the arrow will favor Epic. So, again, said a couple times, their defense has really tightened up in this second quarter. It was 22-2 after 1. We got 2:40 to play until halftime. It's only 29-3. Now, granted, it's been a lot of second unit in this second quarter for Memorial, but Epic has also played some very aggressive defense that's made it hard on the Bulldogs, and kind of right on cue, a lot of starters set to check back in for Coach Crayball. Driving the baseline here, it looks like Wright might have stepped out of bounds. That's exactly what happened. So a turnover with 2:24 left, and there's your full line change again, as a lot of starters back in for Edmond Memorial, including Janiah Williams, number 22, Helmstead, number 10, Aska, as well as Hawkins actually is going to stay in. And then rounding it out, Addie Johnson back in there as well. She's got the ball here. Guarded by Wright. In the corner, Helmstead. The top, Aska. Rocket pass of Williams on the elbow. She'll take her defender to the hole, to the rim, trying to go for the tough finish. Couldn't get it to roll home. Again, nice defense there, standing straight up by the Comets. That was Best that was defending her. Good job making it tough on her. Had a hard time getting across half court there. Was getting real close to that 10-second call. A savvy timeout by Coach Knight to avoid the turnover. So with 1:50, the Comets will save the possession by sneaking the timeout in there. As we approach halftime, don't go anywhere at the half. Obviously, stream's not going anywhere. We'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back for the third and fourth quarters. Then also a reminder, and it's been that way all day, so if you've been with us throughout the day, you know the drill by now. But if you're just tuning in, you want to continue to watch the tournament, every game will be broadcast all week, but they're all going to be separate streams. Makes that a little easier to find the games you're looking for, and infinitely easier to find the games later on demand if you want to do that. People who can't watch during the day want to go back watch the games later. So every game is going to have their own separate stream. So this game is over. The stream will stop, and then just mosey on over. Click on the next one, which will be Del City Sand Springs, and then we'll be over there shortly to start that broadcast. That's how we did it last year. And it's how we're doing it again this year. Makes it a lot simpler, a lot easier to navigate. Nice ball movement here off a turnover, and it rolls home. Good shot. They're rolling home for Taylor Morris. Breaks a bit of a dry spell offensively from Memorial. It had been a while since they put one home. Makes it 31-3 as we hit the final 90 seconds of the first half here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Wright bringing it down the floor, guarded by Johnson. She'll cross half court. Wright with her left hand. Pump fake once and right hand floor. That was some nice moves there. Didn't get it to go, but there's a whistle and a foul. Honestly, didn't see where the contact came from. It looks like they're going to catch Aska as the guilty party here. That's her first, team second. So Wright shooting 2 with 1:18 to play in the half. The first one no good. Epic Charter School's first year as a program, led by Savon Knight, who I'm blown away by this stats and info from our own Jordan Ray. 6 different teams Coach Knight operates. That's quite the workload. As Wright splits the trip, she's got all 4 of Epic's points. So with 1:15 to play until halftime, Memorial's got the basketball back with a healthy advantage. Aska feeds it over left side to Morris. Morris to Williams just in front of the free throw line. Back iron, no. Rebound Johnson. Through some traffic, up and under move won't go. Rebound Helmstead. She'll take it to the rim. That won't roll home either, but another opportunity as Williams gets another offensive board. Feed to Johnson. Great move to the rim and finish. Like we said, Epic's playing some nice defense in a lot of ways in this second quarter, but the rebounding is hurting them as Memorial's getting lots of second, third, fourth chance opportunities on some of these possessions. So with 41.7 to go, it's 33-4 in favor of Edmond Memorial. Wright will bring it down the floor for the Comets. Crosses half court, feeds over to Miller, takes a long three, airballs it with too much on it, but there's a whistle before the shot. It looks like it's going to go against Epic. Not sure what the error was there for Comets. Didn't notice. Didn't see a foul get put up on the board either. Maybe a trap. I'm not sure there. So a turnover with 30 seconds left. Memorial gets it back up by 29. Here's Williams. Oh, great ball movement right to the rim. Oh, couldn't finish it though. Helmstead the rebound. Kick back out. Open three for Morris. She'll fire away. Back iron no. Another rebound though. It's becoming a theme. Johnson to the rim. That shot is rejected. A mean swat right there by Natalie Williams. And then you get a tie-up afterward, and the arrow will keep it at this end. No, excuse me. It'll give it over to Epic with 13 seconds to play here in the first half. So the Comets will have enough time here, certainly, with 13.6 seconds. That foul there actually wasn't a jump ball, it was a foul. And it's called on Morris. That's her third. So keep an eye on that. And now a turnover off the inbound here, as it just goes wide of the mark, the fingertips of Wright. Not sure if there was a miscommunication there or what, but nevertheless results in Memorial getting the ball back with 11 seconds to play at the basket for halftime. Under 10 seconds, here's Aska. Bounce pass to Williams. Nice ball movement to Johnson, who lays it home. That was a beauty. Great feed from Williams, puts it home, and that will take us to the end of the first half. So after 16 minutes of play, it's all Bulldogs, 35-4 on top of the Epic Charter School Comets. We'll take a timeout here. We'll step aside, I should say, and then we'll have the third quarter for you in about 8 minutes or so from now. So don't go anywhere. Second half on the way shortly here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Glad to be with us for the 2024 Titan Classic here on OSN. First round game of the day, Edmond Memorial and Epic Charter School. All Bulldogs, as you can see, 35-4. As we get ready to start the second half. Third quarter sponsor, as we get ready to get back going to it, is Rose State College. Parents want to save money on college? Help your student get ahead by earning college credit in high school. It's called concurrent enrollment, and Rose State College makes it very easy and very affordable. Apply today at rose.edu/concurrent. So as we get back to it, Edmond Memorial with the basketball to open up the third quarter. Obviously a healthy lead, leading at 35-4. Open three in the quarter for Helmstead. Not going to go. Rims off. Rebound pulled in by Morris, though. This was a theme of the first half. Second chance opportunities. But Bulldogs can't cash in, but they force a turnover as Aska gets her hand on it. Now feeds over to Williams, who almost, with a circus reverse layup, didn't fall down, but a heck of an effort nonetheless. And then a whistle and a foul charge against Williams. And it will go back over to the Comets there as the first charge foul on the star junior point guard, Janiah Williams. I got another whistle and a foul here, so that's two quick ones on the Bulldogs. I think this one was on Morris, I believe. I haven't seen the official word put up yet. She's subbing out, so that would track. Two quick ones, like I said, on Memorial here. Just 33 seconds into the second half. Again, OSN will be the exclusive broadcaster of the entire Titan Classic, as we were a year ago, and plan to be moving forward. Just a girls-only event this year, but we still got it every step of the way for you. Williams ahead off a turnover, feeds up to Addie Johnson, who lays it home. And it's 37-4 Bulldogs. Nice ball movement here, ends up in the hands of Best. She'll take a wild left-hand shot, won't go. Williams rips down the board, start the break for Edmond Memorial. Long pass ahead to Johnson, who tried to rocket it over to Aska, but a little off the mark. And a turnover there. First semifinal already in place with Carl Albert taking on Westmore tomorrow at 3:30. The other semifinal will precede it at 2 o'clock. It looks to be featuring Edmond Memorial if Epic can put together what would be quite the second half rally here. Helmstead forces the turnover, feeds over to Williams. Long pass ahead to Aska, and that's another easy lay-in for Aska. Memorial's defense has been extremely active hands, suffocating, making it really hard for Epic to just get the ball down the floor and force another turnover there. Got a full timeout here, so we'll go ahead and take it with them. 39-4, Edmond Memorial in front. Third quarter right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
All right, back here at the Titan Classic, Carl Albert Fieldhouse in Midwest City, Oklahoma. Josh Calloway on a Thursday afternoon, game 3 of the day. Our quadruple header. We have 3 straight days of quadruple headers. As a turnover here leads to another fast break from Memorial. Seen a lot of this in the second half so far. Another easy lay-in as Addie Johnson puts that one home. Makes it 41-4. With 6:10 to go in the third quarter. These Bulldogs certainly looked at as probably the favorites here at the Titan Classic. Some good Ball movement here off a turnover, and Aska kind of shoe-shined Helmstead, though, and a ball goes out of bounds for an unforced error there. Bringing down the floor here for the Comets is 13, Heavenly Jackson. Good ball movement over to right. Thought about the three. Instead, she'll put on the floor. Feed off to Miller, who goes to fire a three ball, but a whistle before the shot, and a foul away from the basketball called against the Comets. All four of Epic's points, by the way, are still scored by Nika Wright. Nobody else has been able to help out just yet with 5.5 to go in the third. Helmstead on the wing. Over to Aska. Aska bounce pass to Williams. Williams turnaround, nice feed to Johnson, who was cutting. Good ball movement out to Helmstead for three. Rims off. Johnson able to run it down, though. Another second chance opportunity for Memorial. Aska with it on the wing. Left-hand pass over to Johnson. She'll fire an open three. Side of the rim, no. And I'm not so sure the call here. The whistle was going to go over to Epic. Didn't think that ball got up high enough to be deemed over the backboard. I think that might have been what they called, though. Nevertheless, 5:07 to go. Give it back over to Epic. More subs for Memorial as Aska and Johnson come out. Back into the game for the Bulldogs comes Honesty Hawkins, number 20, along with number 12, Justice Booker, both back into the ball game. Here's Miller with it. Feeds it over to Jackson. Jackson will fire a three. Back iron, no. Rebound is knocked out of bounds. And it'll stay at this end with the Comets. Inbound pass stolen by Helmstead, but she fired it back in. It was scooped up by Best, and the Comets get a second crack at it here. Right on the wing, pass to the top, Miller. Miller, bounce pass underneath, trying to sneak it in there to McDonald. Didn't work. Leads to a turnover and an easy fast break layup for Helmstead. Makes it 43-4, 4:22 to play here in the third. To the scorer's table comes Hannah Hamlin. Good to see her check back in. Took a shot earlier in the first half. Fourth stride of the game. Good to see her back in. Meanwhile, another turnover. We've seen this many a time today. An easy lay-in the other side for Helmstead. Makes it 45-4 as we hit the midway point of the third quarter here in this first round matchup in the 2024 Titan Classic. Open three for right, side of the rim, no. Rebound pulled in by Booker. Start the break again. Again to Helmstead. She is living on these easy fast break transition layups. And it's now 47-4 Memorial with 3:47 to play in the third. And we got a timeout taken here by, I think, Epic, the one who took it. As Coach Knight wants to talk to his guys for a few minutes here. Just a 30-second timeout. 47-4 is your score. Be sure to stay with us after the game. By the way, we'll also hand out our Player of the Game honors here coming up in just a little bit. We'll also, obviously, we'll put the finishing touches on this one quickly and move along to our fourth game of the day, which will be Del City and Sand Springs, which you can watch, of course, like you can every game of the 2024 Titan Classic right here on OSN. Available to watch YouTube, Facebook, the website, oksportsnet.com, and, of course, our various apps you can get on your phone, as well as Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV. Lots of places to catch these games and all of our games throughout a very busy basketball season on OSN. We've had lots of broadcasts this month and many more to come. And, of course, people who have been with us for a while know you can find a lot of playoff action on our airwaves as well whenever that comes up here a little over a month or so from now. So be sure to stick with us. Follow us on all the socials. Don't miss anything as we go through a very entertaining stretch of the basketball season here as the postseason race start to heat up and get to that tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay at this end with the Comets. Best does the inbound, gets it out to right with her Titan low here at the field house. Wright will drive down the lane, kick out in the corner. Open three for Miller. Clackums! An explosion three for Miller. That's a Bobby Lewis three ball. Haven't had a lot of those in this game. but gets one there, and it's 47-7 there on the 3 ball by Miller. Had a couple nice looks, has a pretty decent looking stroke, just hadn't got one to fall just yet. Did there. Meanwhile, great ball movement on the other side for the Bulldogs, leads to an easy lay-in for Hannah Hamlin. And we got a football score, 49-7 with 2:45 to go in the third. Miller feeds over to Wright. Wright, scoop pass out, rotates around to Jackson, who fires a 3, it doesn't go. So back over to the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, back into the game comes Alyssa Fletcher, number 15. She'll replace Booker. Looking like Memorial obviously well on their way here, and if the score holds, they'll be in the semifinals tomorrow. That's going to be a 2 o'clock tip, so same time tomorrow for the Bulldogs, and they'll get the winner of our next game, which will be Dell City and Sand Springs. We hope you join us. Open 3 on the wing, Clackums. Dropping it down, that's Peyton Burke hitting the 3. Another Bobby Lewis 3-ball. As we near the midway, or the two-minute mark, I should say, of the third quarter. Shot in the lane here won't go for McDonald. Putback attempt won't fall either, but she's hit on the arm and fouled. So Berlene McDonald will get to the free throw line and get herself a pair of shots here with 1:57 to go in the third. First foul called against Keegan Baker just back into the game for the Bulldogs. Third team foul on Memorial. As McDonald's first free throw doesn't go. Second free throw also no good off the back iron. Rebound Baker, and Bulldogs started back the other way. Here's Maddie Kirk. Feeds over left side to Burke. Kirk and Burke. Baker bounce pass underneath to Kirk. Get it back out to Fletcher. Now left side back to Burke once more. She'll fire an open 3. Side of the rim, no. Rebound pulled in by Best. Left-hand pass way ahead to Wright. That was a dime. And Wright will bring it down the floor for the Comets. She'll take it all the way to the rim. Good contest, but a little too good. A foul here going to be charged against Burke. That will send Nika Wright back to the free throw line, leading the Comets in scoring with 4 of their 7. She can add to it here. First foul charge against Burke and the 4th team foul. So with 1:23 to go in the third, Comets will be in the bonus the rest of the way in the frame as the free throw's up and good. Makes it 52-8. Second one also falls, 52-9, so Wright now with 6 of her team's 9 points. Hamlin gives it up to Kirk. Underneath to Baker. Baker trying to battle through a double team. Feeds over to Burke. As we near the final minute of the third quarter. Burke puts on the floor and she'll drive to the rim. Right-hand floater. Try to get it to roll home. Couldn't quite fall. Ball goes out of bounds and will go back over to the Comets. Walking it down the floor here is Heavenly Jackson, the freshman guard in the starting lineup for Epic. Over Wright, gives it right back to her. Jackson, long pass to Miller, hit the 3 a moment ago, and that time a little feet shuffling there and a turnover. As travel charged to Miller. Miller also a senior on this charter school squad. As with the final 30 seconds of the third. Burke, right side, now ends up in the hands of Kirk. On the elbow, driving to the rim is Hamlin. Pass underneath to Baker. She gets tied up. It's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow will give it over to Epic. So, again, I've sounded like kind of a broken record. I've said it a few times, but Comets have genuinely made it very tough in the paint area. A lot of Memorial's points in this game have come off turnovers leading to fast break buckets the other way. Whenever they've been able to set up in the half-court defense, they haven't made it easy a lot of the afternoon. Final 5 seconds of the quarter. Right long pass to Best. Feeds over to Miller. Got to put it up. And they're going to run out of time here. She tried to get one more pass into Jackson. Didn't have time for it. That's going to end the third after 3. Edmond Memorial 52, Epic 9. Fourth quarter on the way on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Alrighty, back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Glad you be with us on a Thursday afternoon. As we get to the fourth quarter, 52-9, all Edmond Memorial in this first round matchup of the 2024 Titan Classic. Open three, Clackums. That's a Bobby Lewis three ball there for Edmond Memorial's Taylor Morris. Dropping that one down, makes it 55-9. Now we got a turnover here and a fast break the other way. Left-hand scoop shot for Johnson will go, so two quick buckets. And just like that, it's 57-9 in favor of the Bulldogs with 7:24 and counting to play. 23 is where it'll hold. Make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsors. We had a break here, 30-second timeout. Gives us the perfect opportunity to do it, which is Dynamic Health Clinic. See him up in the corner there. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. 7:23 to go. Edmond Memorial well on their way here to a spot in the semifinals of the Titan Classic. And they'll await the winner of Del City Sand Springs, which is set to tip about 10-ish or so minutes after we finish up here with this one. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Comets. Looks like we're probably going a little bit running clock here to get us home down the back stretch of this one. Obviously well in hand for Memorial. Miller feeds it off to right. Pass a little too tall, looking for Best. It'll go out of bounds and a turnover back to Memorial. Aska will bring it down the floor as the Bulldogs hold a 48-point lead and get up to that 50 plateau with a bucket here. Williams will oblige. Turnaround shot is good. That was pretty. And it makes it a 50-point advantage at 59-9 as we hit 6 minutes to play here at the Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse. Game 3 of the 12-game event. Deflection for Helmstead. Pass ahead to Johnson, who lays it home. Makes it 61-9. Wright picks up her dribble. Jackson on the Carl Albert Titan logo. Back to Wright. Pass underneath. Too tall. Picked off by Aska. Start the break for the Bulldogs. Nice ball movement leads to an easy lay-in for Johnson. This is where a lot of the Bulldogs' points have come from in this game. A whole lot of turnovers leading to fast breaks, and they have really moved the ball well and found the open man for easy layups throughout the day on those fast break opportunities. Haven't let a lot of them be squandered as a backcourt violation turnover gives it back to the Bulldogs as we approach the 5-minute mark. And we're going running clock here down the back end of this one with it certainly in hand. Some more subs to the Bulldogs as they've played a lot of players in this game, which is smart when you've got to play 3 games in 3 days. You get a big lead. Go ahead and work some other players in. Keep your starters fresh as much as you can. Wright's pass to Best. Gave it right back to her. Almost lost it. Back out to her. Wright thought about it. Now she'll put on the floor. Ooh, nice job splitting the defenders there. Couldn't finish it, though. And it'll be knocked out of bounds and stay at this end with the Comets. And it looks like Williams and Helmstead will come out of the ballgame. So a couple of the key pieces of this Bulldog squad probably done for the day, you'd imagine. Wright hands off to Miller. Miller picks up and fires. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by Hawkins. Start it back to the way as we hit the midway point of the fourth quarter. Again, we got one more game, so hopefully you'll tune in to that one. It'll be Dell City Sand Springs, which we know that the winner here will, or the winner of that one, I should say, will get Edmond Memorial. The loser of that one will take on Epic tomorrow. By the way, that loser game for Epic will be at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. Again, the entire tournament will be available to be watched live for free on the Oklahoma Sports Network. So tune into that one tomorrow at 12:30. Ball is loose. And a turnover here. Epic gets it back as we hit the final 3:27 to play. Miller hit a three earlier. She wants another one. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound pulled in by Hawkins. And start to break for the Bulldogs. And she'll slow things up with 3:15 left. Alyssa Fletcher now with it. Hawkins to Booker. Right back to Hawkins. She'll go down the lane. Right-hand shot. Side of the rim, no. Nice rebound there pulled in by McDonald, and the Comets get it back. Here's Wright racing down the floor. I don't think Wright's come out of this game once, by the way, and she's done a lot of running. She gets bumped and fouled. The endurance from Nika Wright. Miller comes out back into the game. For Epic comes Natalie Williams, 5'9" sophomore, started this game. And she's back in here for the home stretch. 63-9, Edmond Memorial well on their way. A dominant showing to begin their stay here at the Carl Albert Titan Classic. Booker with it. She'll take it out toward the top of the key. Left side to Fletcher. Fletcher right side, Booker. In the corner is Baker. Bounce pass left side to Burke. Open three, won't count. It was a pretty shot, went right down, but it didn't count. Burke shoots a look to her bench saying, that would have been nice if that one counted, because that was a pretty looking shot. Didn't fall, or didn't count, I should say. Did fall, but wiped away because of the whistle. 1:45 to go. Epic gets it back. Nika Wright holding the ball as we hit the final 90 seconds. Jackson to McDonald. To Best, gives it right back to her. Left side, open three for Jackson. Comes up just short. Grace in front of the rim. Turn shot for Best won't go. Skying for the rebound. And some hard contact there was Baker. As Baker and McDonald both tumbled to the floor as they fought for that board. They call a tie-up, and the arrow keeps it down here with Epic as we hit the final minute to play here in this first-round matchup of the Titan Classic. Turnover, Burke scoops it up, start the break for the Bulldogs. Burke, nice feed off to Hamlin, who can't quite get it to roll home. Rebound pulled in by Jackson, and the Comets get it back with 45 seconds to play. Jackson over to Wright, left side. Right, and number 10, Best, basically having a conversation there mid-action. Gives it back over to Jackson. 20 seconds to go. Jackson being hounded by her defender, Burke. Long pass going to be stolen here by Fletcher. Start the break for the Bulldogs all the way to the rim. Fletcher shot wildly put up, and it goes. A tough finish there for Fletcher. Makes it 65-9. And with 5 seconds to go, I think that will be our final score, barring a last-second heave. We won't get one. And that's it. That's your final score. Edmond Memorial, a dominant showing to start their stay here at the Titan Classic, 65-9. And they move on to the semifinals tomorrow afternoon. To make sure we get our Eastside Church of Christ Player of the Game award, and there's a lot of players this could go to from Memorial. I'm going to go with Avery Helmstead. Had a lot of buckets off the transition. Her defense was a key part of this game as well. So, again, a lot of options you could have went with, but I'll go with Avery Helmstead, the 6'1 junior. Put together a pretty nice performance to start her run here at the Titan Classic. The Eastside Church of Christ in Midwest City believes in loving Jesus by loving their neighbors. They invite you to join them Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. for Bible class with song and praise beginning at 10 a.m. If you can't make it Sunday morning, you're invited to study with them at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays. Check out their live and recorded streams on YouTube and find more information on their website at eastsidechurchofchrist.info. The Eastside Church of Christ at 916 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. All right, that's it for us on this one. We thank you so much for tuning in to another presentation of the Titan Classic. We got one more game to go today, so this stream's going to end, and then we will pick things back up with our next stream, Del City and Sand Springs, coming up here in just a few minutes from Carl Albert Titan Fieldhouse in Midwest City. So thank you so much for watching. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Hopefully you join us for Game 4 of the final part of our quadruple header of action here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.